Hello, my name is Rosario Rolandi. I'm in the car business for over 20 years, and I'm gonna talk today about leasing used cars, buying cars in the virus era, in the virus situation, because everything is changing. That's what I'm gonna discuss with you today. Please subscribe to my channel, Rosie the Car Lady, and hit the like right underneath. That way YouTube knows that I exist. And I can make more of these videos that's gonna be helping you to save time and money. I have a phone call the other day and they asked me, Rosie, I lost my job. How can I finish my lease? It's too expensive. Well, you cannot finish your lease. You have a contract for 3 years. You cannot break your contract. That's what contracts were made for. It is really sad. Many banks are going to be working with you, and that's really important. They don't want to have thousands of cars in a lot, and that's going to be a terrible situation for everyone, for you and your credit, and for the bank and their assets. That's why they will work with you. So this Toyota was working or still working with the COVID program. If you lost your job or you got sick, they gonna pass the 2 or 3 months to the end of the loan. You cannot be late on your payments. And when you call, don't say I lost my job. Say, listen, it's a little bit slow. I need some time, because if you decide to trade in your vehicle after the 2 or 3 months, they're gonna say, well, you told me that you didn't have a job. How can I lend you the money for another vehicle? That's why when you call, you just said, listen, it's a little bit slow, or my wife is a little sick and I'm gonna stay home, and I need a break. You don't have to scare the bank, you just have to ask for help. And they are helping. Yes, many banks are helping. Even Santander, Consumer USA, if you have a loan with them, even them, they will help. Another customer called me and said, Rosie, we have to move to another city, and I have this job opportunity. I want to sell my car, but this car is being leased. Well, yes, you can sell the car if you are leasing it, and it's complete. Normal people relate leasing with rent, but it's not. It's your vehicle. If you have the opportunity to sell the vehicle, sell it and pay the leasing company, you know, what they're asking for the vehicle. For example, my customers say, I owe, or the bank is telling me that I can purchase that vehicle for $30,000. It was a 2018 Toyota Tacoma fully loaded. Well, that vehicle, that Tacoma, right now, the market value is $32,000. I mean, he already sold the vehicle for $30,000, $2,000 below market, because he wants to just sell it and keep moving. And he paid the bank, the client or the person have a great deal, and everybody happy, and he didn't damage his credit, and he got the right vehicle for the new needs. If you are purchasing a vehicle, you can do exactly the same. You can sell the vehicle, but it's a little bit harder when you are buying it, because it's a 6 years loan in many cases. Another question is, because life is changing, is saying, can I pass my loan to somebody else's name? You know, I don't have the money to pay for it, this one is too much, and regrets, whatever. Well, yes, I'm sorry. No, you cannot. I'm sorry to say this, you cannot transfer it. You can call the bank and always try and say, listen, I have somebody can take over. But what I see every time that somebody calls the bank and say, I want to transfer this to my nephew or my uncle or somebody, they're gonna say, go to the dealership. What happens is you come to the dealership and we trade in the vehicle to somebody else's name. But you cannot just transfer the car to somebody else because the loan and the contract is under your name. Another thing, and I see that people did it without telling the bank, and that if you trust the person, why not? However, in many cases, you are completely responsible for what happened to the vehicle. Well, this person that's driving the vehicle for a few months, if he doesn't pay, he's not affected with any means. I mean, he just stopped paying and that's all. Here's your keys. You have to be aware of it. And if it's tickets or any kind of issues, well, you are responsible for the vehicle because the plate and the contract is under your name. You have to be really careful how you're gonna do this kind of transfer of property. Another thing is money down. Rosie, my job is okay, I keep working and I have no issues. Do I put money down? Well, if you can, and why not? I always recommend put at least pay your taxes, your plates, and the things. That way it's already done and it's a healthy loan. However, in times of uncertainty like we are passing right now, I would recommend to keep your money in your pocket. Keep your $2,000-3,000 anyway. In order to have a car payment, you should have 6 months in savings to pay for the car in the case of a virus happen and you have to stop working or you got sick or whatever the case is. For that reason, it's always, if you can, at least 3 months on savings. If your payment is $400, you should have $1,200 at least on the side, just in case something happens and you can keep making your payments and don't destroy your credit if a virus come to our life like it happened this year. I would recommend to put the minimum and keep the cash in your pocket. Why the used car market is so hot? Because everybody needs a car. They still needing cars. You still have a total loss. Your child still trying to go back to work or different needs, and they want a low payment. That's why everybody's trying to buy used cars. When everybody's trying to buy something, then it's a lot of demand for the product, which the prices go higher. It's a good moment to trade in your car for a new car. Why? Because they're gonna pay more for your vehicle because the market is hot, and because not too many people wants to buy new cars. In the case they're gonna give you more incentive, your interest rate is gonna be really low. I mean, maybe you're gonna have the same payment than a pre-owned car. Now, leasing, and I always like, and everybody say, why you like leasing? And I always said, because leasing gonna save me a lot of money, especially now. 3 years leasing, and the end of the 3 years, this virus, finger crossed, already gone. We know what's gonna happen, or at least we are better, and you can see what's your next step. Because I'm doing this every day in and day out. I talk to the real people, the worker that like me, I work to pay my bills. I heard this in many YouTube videos like, oh, pay cash for a 2-3 years old and don't get a loan. And well, that's easy to say it and done it. For every person, it's not that easy to put together $18,000, $20,000, $30,000 and then buy the car. That would be nice, but it's not true for many people, for many households, and they have to go to buy the car and they have to get a loan and they have to get the lowest payment possible. And that's what I always recommend to all my clients. Now again, my name is Rosie Rolandi. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like underneath. That's why I know that I'm helping you, and see you in the next video. Thank you.